Hey, this video is about how we bottle up emotions. I often hear the expression, I bottle up my emotions, from many individuals in therapy sessions. Often, what follows this expression is that the same person eventually then ends up blowing up with intense emotions, often of anger at others. So, I will use an example to explain and describe what bottling up emotions can look like and how it can end up exploding in an unwanted way. The example I'm about to describe includes information from general topics and descriptions I've heard from numerous clients in my life, like a conglomerate of the clients I've worked with. So one client mentioned to me that they struggled with people pleasing. They mentioned that this kind of came out and that they would often do a lot of the chores and household tasks around the house. This was a husband, father of a couple children who was married and also worked full time. He explained that he typically was the one to make breakfast for everyone as well as clean up all the dishes. Well, he noticed one week that while he was making breakfast, he had these thoughts, quick and automatic thoughts that popped into his head. The thoughts were about the theme of, why do I have to do all this work? Surely my wife could help out too. This is unfair. My wife should be doing this as well. And similar feelings of annoyance and feeling like he's begrudgingly doing the morning chores alone. He dismissed the thoughts and feelings and tried not to think about them. He distracted himself and he bottled them up. So this occurred for the next few mornings in a row. And a few nights later, he woke up at 2 a.m., all of a sudden with angry and anxiety-provoking thoughts that his wife needs to do more around the house and that he needs to let her know this. The feelings were intense, and so were the thoughts. It was hard for him to regulate his feelings at the time as he lay next to his wife in bed, feeling resentful and angry with her. He started to imagine leaving his wife and had all sorts of thoughts about making some drastic decisions which would have inevitably result in ending the relationship, leaving his children, and so on. He was able to journal and eventually settle back down after an hour of ruminating and blowing up internally. But when he woke up the next day, he still believed the thoughts, but felt the emotions less intensely, and decided to bring that up, his need for more support with the chores with his wife. So she had no idea that he felt this way, and they decided to work together to meal prep and do some things more together to help out. So in this example, it has a happy, connected ending, mainly because he was able to communicate his needs after his emotions blew up, and he was able to feel in control of them. The experience of dismissing and ignoring our thoughts and feelings, especially when related to feelings of anger, resentment, can sometimes be helpful. But if we routinely do this, then we will end up bottling up the emotions related to our needs. This man was kind of lucky in a way that he blew up in the middle of the night, so he had time to reflect and figure out what he wanted to do about it. So often this isn't the case. More often, it's the case that, for instance, the next time he has one of those thoughts in the morning and his wife, let's say, mentions some disagreement or disliking of something he is doing, that he will blow up in the moment and create an argument in front of the whole family, likely creating tension and unhealthy communication and just feeding this negative feedback loop of bottling up emotions. So the key takeaway from this example is that bottling up emotions is something that happens in small moments. It's a quick thought or feeling that goes unnoticed or unaddressed. It's like this. Imagine a pot of boiling water on the stove. If you keep the lid on tight, eventually the pressure will build until the lid blows off, sending scalding water everywhere. One drop of water isn't much to keep in the pot, but if you keep adding water over time, so routinely and automatically that you forget you're even doing it, then you won't even notice when the pot is about to explode. Thereby, the bottling up and the blow up will take you by surprise and negatively impact all the relationships around you. So, if you struggle with this or resonate with any of the aforementioned topics, follow this account for more information on how to stop bottling up emotions and begin taking control of your feelings, thoughts, and needs.